Hollywood, in its current form, is a screenwriter's dream. In 2013, there were some things that a writer could only dream of but could not reproduce on screen. That is, as long as the film's budget is big enough. Making movie dreams come true is expensive. Still, some producers are willing to cover those costs. Take a look at the 10 most expensive movies of all time and decide for yourself if you think the high value is worth it. Number 10. The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, $225 million. The Chronicles of Narnia, published in 2008, is a top-rated series of children's books by C.S. Lewis, which has been made into a multi-million-dollar movie. With production costs already ridiculously high, the producers decided to cut some costs, so most of the film was shot in the UK thanks to tax credits. The set required 200 carpenters, and more than 7,000 props were involved in the film. Number 9. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, $225 million. Dead Man's Chest is the second installment in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and is tied for one of the most expensive movies ever made. The film was released in 2006 and starred Hollywood bigwigs, including Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, and Keira Knightley. The net worth of these celebrities has greatly increased the production cost of the film. Johnny Depp's compensation alone is estimated at $20 million. The props didn't come cheap, either. The infamous Black Pearl and the Flying Dutchman were actually built for filming. Dead Man's Coffin grossed $1,066,179,725. Number 8. Man of Steel, $225 million. Man of Steel ranks at the bottom of the top 10, along with Dead Man's Chest and Prince Caspian. Krypton's natural resources are being depleted, and it's up to Superman to keep the planet alive in this 2013 superhero blockbuster. Additionally, an additional $150 million was spent on marketing and distribution for the film. In fact, Man of Steel made $160 million just from product placements from companies like Walmart, Nikon, CNN, and Budweiser. Just to name a few. Not to mention Man of Steel grossed $662 million worldwide upon release. Number 7. The Dark Knight Rises, $230 million. Superhero movies are all the rage these days, and it's no surprise that some of the most expensive movies of all time are about people saving our planet. Released in 2012, Batman, The Dark Knight Rises joins Man of Steel as one of the most expensive movies ever made. Directed by Christopher Nolan, the film does not disappoint in terms of action and suspense. However, somewhat shockingly, it was only the third highest grossing film of 2012 behind The Avengers and Skyfall. That's not to say the film didn't make money. In fact, it grossed a whopping $1,084,439,099. Number 6. Avatar, $237 million. Avatar director James Cameron was supposed to start working on the film as soon as his blockbuster Titanic hit theaters. In fact, it was originally planned to be released in 1999 but actually didn't come out until 2009. So what is the 10-year holdup? Cameron decided the technology wasn't good enough to properly generate his vision, so he had to wait for computers to catch up. Avatar grossed $2,782,275,172, and whatever the cost, it was worth it. If you like the video, give a thumbs up button, and never forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. Number 5. John Carter, $250 million. Sometimes, no matter how much money is put into it, a movie flop, like Disney's John Carter in 2012. Never heard of it? This is not surprising since it ended up grossing only $282,778,100, most of which came from overseas. In fact, the huge expense spent on John Carter did not go unnoticed by Disney, who later questioned the amount spent on film technology for what should have been a much lower budget film. Number 4. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, $250 million. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince was released in 2009 and is based on J.K. Rowling's sixth novel of the same name. The film was a huge success at the box office, grossing $934,416,487. Of all the Harry Potter films, this is the highest grossing for Warner Bros. Not surprisingly, given Harry Potter's massive fan base. The film got off to a strong start on its opening night and became the highest grossing single-day film in cinema history. The film then went on to break the 5-day worldwide record by grossing $394 million in just 5 days of release. Unlike the $250 spent on John Carter, Half-Blood Prince was worth it to Warner Bros. Number 3. Spider-Man 3, $258 million. Spider-Man is one of the most beloved superheroes of the 21st century, so it's no surprise that his role is one of the top 3 most expensive movies of all time, at $890,871,626 at the box office. Considering the highly profitable atmosphere in which Spider-Man was released, the film has done surprisingly well on screen. Number 2. Tangled, $260 million. It's rare to pay big bucks for a princess movie, which is why Disney's 2010 production of Tangled, based on the Rapunzel story, was such a surprise. It may seem strange that an animated film would cost so much to make. In fact, it is the most expensive animated film to date and took 6 years to make. The main reason the production was so complex is due to the mixed media of computer-generated imagery and traditional animation, all of which are valuable, as the film grossed $591,794,936. Number 1. Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End, $300 million. Many of the films on this top 10 list are franchises, but Pirates of the Caribbean is the only one to occupy 2 spots. Costing $300 to make, it was the most expensive feature film ever made and one of the highest grossing, more than tripling its budget to $963,420,425. In addition to the huge expenses spent on the actors, the film's scenes were shot in various locations around the world, such as Port Royal, Isla Dead, Tortuga, Pelagosto, Cruces Island, and Singapore, as well as transporting the cast and crew around the world certainly did not come easy. The film quickly became the highest-grossing film of 2007 and one of the highest-grossing films of all time, grossing nearly $1 billion. Don't hesitate to leave a comment and share your ideas with us. Thank you, guys, for watching.